What is good, my peeps? It's your Knuckle Big Rucker back at you again with another action figure review. This time it is number 3 in the line of Disney Plus. We're talking about Marvel Legends here. Disney Plus shows. This is the number 4 wave for Disney Plus. Incredible that we've got 4 waves of the TV-based figures already, but it is what it is. What we're looking at this time, I said this is number 3 in the line that we're going to review, but this is the second figure that requires getting if you want to build Khonshu, which is the Build-A-Figure. And as you can see, this is classic Loki. It's you see the digital render up front of Richard Grant, who played classic Loki in that episode, and you see in the background you got the artwork of classic Loki there. You've got the logo down below. You got on the side there, as you see, is number 2. As we go right down the line, you got Khonshu to Build-A-Figure wave. You need classic Loki if you want to build Khonshu. There's the Loki logo. You've got more of that artwork of Loki. And then, of course, in the back, you have another digital render of classic Loki in the head sculpt that it's actually kind of different. I'm looking at the head sculpt on this render. It is different than what we're going to get. So please take note of that. But to our left, you see that he comes with the Khonshu Build-A-Figure piece, looking like that's the right leg there. And then, of course, on our right, his left, you see the accessories that are associated with classic Loki himself, which is a head, another head sculpt, and a pair of hands. So there we have it. We'll see those a little bit closer up in a moment. But there's the packaging right there, plastic free, as you can see. And now, without further ado, let's get classic Loki on our rotating base. So here we've got classic Loki on our rotating base, 360-degree view of the figure. And my first glance is we've got some nice dirty oversprays to show that that he's been exiled for a while. And I love that. If you know anything about the show, spoiler alert, you know that classic Loki, these are a bunch of quote-unquote variants, and they've all been banished. We were led to believe that variants get basically dismissed, deleted, whatever you want to call it, but it turns out that they get banished, and they all ended up in the same place. There was a whole bunch of Lokis. They could keep doing Lokis, different variations of Lokis, for days if they wanted to, meaning Hasbro. Anyhow, my first glance, the costume looks kind of funky. We will check that out when we're getting off the base. This is paying homage to how Loki has been historically portrayed in the comics. That's why it's known as classic Loki, because of that very thing, with the from the horned helmet all the way down to the cheesy costume. So yeah, it looks pretty cool there. It's looking like the likeness to Mr. Grant is on point. We'll see that when we get close up too. So we're going to do that, get him off the base. But before we do, I need you guys to go down below and like the video, and if you can, share it when you get the chance. And while you're down there, subscribe to the channel, help support and get it going on. So while you guys are doing that, I'll be showing you close up the accessories that classic Loki comes with. As I stated and shown, classic Loki comes with the right leg to build Khonshu. So we'll set this aside as we build up the parts till we get to the end and get Khonshu constructed. We also get another head sculpt to go with. This is more of a neutral pose. You saw that out of packaging. He comes with that grin, and it looks pretty good. It looks very good. Looks very much like the actor. Got the horns and everything. So yeah, pretty nice to get an additional head sculpt. We get a second set of hands. These hands are, as you can see, they're power generating hands there with the green energy. That is kind of like the Loki motif there. So that is a very nice addition. And finally, we get that which we've seen a million times before. We get these kind of wraparound energy effects molded in a fluorescent green. So, yep, it is what it is. So here we have our guy, Mr. Richard Grant, aka Classic Loki, looking right up close. I wanted to get right into it with the face sculpt because it's definitely an excellent representation there. Even with the grin there, it's pretty cool. I don't know which one I'd want to display, but either choice you can't go wrong with. You've got the horns on the helmet there. They're pretty rubbery, so you don't have to worry about poking yourself. So that's pretty cool, right there. As far as the costume, you see some of that. The collar cape overlay is molded in yellow, and you've got that dry brush of make it look dirty going right down the torso. You got the same thing where that the part of the torso that is the ab crunch is yellow, and you've got the dirty dry brushing going over that. The torso, the upper torso, is molded in green. Then of course the gloves are yellow, in the hands you've got the double jointed pinless elbows there. Give you a look at the range, so you can see that you can get some pretty decent range with the elbow. It looks kind of unnatural, but it is what it is. So you do have that. And speaking of unnatural, just this whole lower torso looks pretty funky, especially because of this overlay there. I know that's probably what they were going for. But yeah, that's what you got. It makes him look just thick. I mean, it's just straight up and down on the sides there. But you do have that that dry brushing that give you the illusion of dirt. So that's pretty cool. And his cape is crazy thick here. I mean, it is just thick. On the back though, you've got that dry brushing to make it look dirty, so they didn't leave out the back, which is very cool. You know, Hasbro's want to do that. Then of course the lower torso, meaning the legs, molded in green, painted up top, the yellow, and then of course you've got the crazy looking boots, really cheesy, and then the funky looking shoes, very narrow and pointy. But like I said, it's supposed to be an homage to Classic Loki from the comics. And it's looking like Hasbro did not fail. And here's that second head sculpt up close. And yeah, it looks very, very nice. Every bit as nice as the grinning one. So you can't go wrong no matter what option you go with. Good job, Hasbro. And here we have Classic Loki with his energy effect hands in place there. So looking pretty good. I like that, you know, that they're a part of the hands there. That's a very great accessory. And here he is with his grinning head sculpt. I think, especially if I'm going to display him with his energy effects, that this is the way to go. And here we have our MCU Disney Plus Loki, Classic Loki, next to Classic style. We're talking about the comic version of Loki right there, and you see a great disparity with the heights. That's usually the case though with the MCU figures. They usually come in smaller than the 616, or maybe I can't even call them 616 since the MCU has been designated 616 as of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So the comic version of Loki. Now to show him next to his castmates, we've got Classic Loki next to Mobius. And of course, we cannot forget about Sylvie, another Loki variant. And last but certainly not least, he for whom the show is named, we've got Loki. This is the figure that came with the Tesseract re-release. And here are the previous two figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. We have on our left Zombie Iron Man, and on our right we have Agent Jimmy Woo. So to sum it all up, the Hasbro Marvel Legends Disney Plus Loki, classic Loki action figure is a very it's a nice figure. It's definitely needed. Let's put it that way, because like I said, you can go for days with the different variants that we could use from that show of Loki. You got Alligator Loki, you've got King Loki or Kid Loki, if you want to call him that, and yeah, we could get a myriad. And I'm sure we probably will get at least one more. Wouldn't be surprised. Uh, the figure is it's meant to be cheesy looking, but it's also kind of funky looking as well. With the, I call it the big diaper, it looks like, that's around his waist. The head sculpts, both of them, both the grinning one and the neutral head sculpt, are spot on. They are absolutely banging. The effects with the hand effects is a great addition. Great addition, I think. And yeah, so we've gotten another figure for the Loki series of Disney Plus, and he's definitely there's no shortage there, and it ain't done yet. Trust and believe that. Anyhow, we are done with this review, so please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below, questions, concerns, critiques, what have you. Definitely, if you want to be notified the next time I upload a video, please hit that bell, and notified you shall be. On behalf of Richard Grant, aka Classic Loki, I am the Ruckus, leaving you with this. Remember, the hunt continues, and I'm out. Peace.